Dude, do your people celebrate Thanksgiving? And by that, I mean Canadians.
The tall. Yeah.
I took that 6 different ways right off the bat. Yeah. Like a month ago, though.
Oh.
But we're not like a month ahead on Thanksgiving. I think we're 11 months behind. That'd be about that would line up appropriately. But yeah, we did that in October.
The same foods we do, like turkey and potatoes.
Good question.
Or do you do other shit?
Oh, well, I mean, like I know you guys do mac and cheese, right? Do you?
Yeah,
not in my family, but
definitely.
Some people, like I've seen mac and cheese. I don't see mac and cheese a lot here. I know some Canadians are like, this guy's a fucking idiot. What's he talking about? But my personal experience, mac and cheese doesn't show up a lot. Cranberry shows up. Cranberry does show up. So once you have turkey, cranberry stuffing, everything else is like noise, right? It's pretty much the same
mashed
shit.
potatoes are another staple for me.
Yeah. But like stuffing, once you do stuffing, because turkey and potatoes, you could see that like in July. That's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Turkey and stuffing and cranberry, now we're Thanksgiving.
Really.
Turkey in July is just a bad barbecue. Like someone didn't buy the shit that people actually want. Like if you went to a barbecue in July and they're like,
turkey? Is that
we
a
have
thing?
turkey or smoked turkey or something, I'd be like, what the fuck, man? Like, where are the ribs?
I got some ugly takes, some ugly barbecue takes.
Fire 'em
like
off.
I know that I'm crazy for this. I know because I've tried. I don't like brisket that much.
It's insane. Wrong.
Yeah, I know. And I also like even like that's like the only good Jewish cooking at the holidays is the brisket. Everything else is like fish hot dogs.
Jesus Christ.
Another thing I don't like watermelon.
What?
And I've like, and I've tried and I want
it's overrated.
I think it's the most overrated thing. People usually love it and hype it up. That what you just said, if everyone was like that, I wouldn't even talk about it. But people love watermelon.
It looks like something like it looks like cartoon food. It looks like the tastiest thing ever. But
the heart of the watermelon, I think, lives up to the hype. And if you're willing to make a watermelon juice, that is like
I hate that even more.
Buy it at the store.
But here's the thing: I'm with you here. I think strawberries are overrated, and I try to convince myself
that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, and I want to talk about that. Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Revisit this opinion. Close your eyes, bite into a strawberry, and be like, this actually isn't as cool. I'm tasting a whole lot of like seed aftertaste. The strawberry itself is not that tasty. Like it's kind of watery. Strawberries are one of the lowest calories of all the fruits and vegetables. So I want them to be like top tier, but they're not. A grape will fuck a strawberry up in a taste competition. A blueberry will wipe the floor with the strawberry.
I love grapes.
These are strong flavors. A strawberry, bite one again. It's like the weaker cousin of the what's the green one? The kiwi.
The thing I wanted to say real fast about watermelons that I love about watermelon's like a single item and it's a party. Like it's feeding everyone. Watermelon's like it's almost like carrying like a deer in. Like it's feeding, everyone's having some. Like it's a lot, and I like that about it. I want to be part of the watermelon party.
It's also self-contained. Like it's ready to go. Like obviously, I used to shoot tons of watermelons. There'd often be a bunch left over or sitting around, and it was if you're hungry, it's like get out your knife. You
can
there's
fuck
a whole bunch
them
of food sitting there.
You can fuck a watermelon better than a lot of other fruit.
A pumpkin's better. Pumpkin's better for fucking.
You got a solid rigid one. I don't know if I could do. I'm bending myself.
Like a jack-o'-lantern
pumpkin.
To tell him myself. You guys are missing out on clementines. Just say.
That's why they call it a jack. They call it a jack-o'-lantern. What do you think? Don't stop on the mac and cheese though. You know where that came from, right? Like why we all eat mac and cheese. Famous president. Here's a little trivia. Love trivia. Famous president who was instrumental, let's just say, in the importation of macaroni and cheese and its acceptance on this side of the ocean. Who was
Is this trivia?
Yes, it's fucking trivia.
Let's do backwards engineer this. Were there any presidents who are known to be cheesy? Who had Chester A. Arthur? Chester.
I'm looking for a president that looked kind of fat early on. Is it John Adams?
No, not at all. John Adams was a family man. He didn't enjoy his time in France, I'm told.
Did he have strong ties to the black community?
Very strong ties.
Was he black? This could narrow it down.
Well, that's actually the bonus question. No, though, is the answer.
I'm gonna go Chester A. Arthur.
Yeah, no, not Chester from. That's the I believe the cartoon Cheetah.
He thought it was a cheetah.
Yeah,
On the
yeah.
opposite side of the Cheetos.
And Kyle tries to convince us that Ben Franklin was a president.
In my world, he always is. He was up there.
So
He was
Thomas-
in the mix.
Everybody
Thomas
gives Thomas
Jefferson?
Jefferson the credit, and it's mostly true because I think when he was in Paris, he had some mac and cheese. It was all the rage there, and he was like, "Oh, this is the best." So he bought a black slave cook who could make it, and took him back to America and introduced it, and had it cooked at the White House, and it caught on like wildfire, and everybody loved it.
It's a really.
I love the
simple
idea that he
name.
had to kidnap someone to master.
He kidnapped him, he
macaroni
bought him
and
fair and
cheese.
square.
But you remember what you said earlier about strawberries?
Yes.
What's really,
No,
really
no,
interesting
that was
about
probably
that?
someone else. I'm not sticking
were-
with that.
Well, the thing that you were saying was that they don't taste good, but I did a cleanse once, the Wild Rose cleanse, and I had. Yeah. Actually, lately I've been wondering.
You need to.
I
you're gonna
said
need
shit
to
like
get
that.
tagged to prove that you're not a.
I'm
Dude, you
watching
do
guys
have like
suck off
a
shit.
leather daddy mustache coming in.
I don't like how hard
I'm
you
sorry.
laughed.
All right. So you
Cleanse,
did it?
like a juice cleanse,
I
or
don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, it sounds like the strawberry cleanse came in.
No way,
now.
it was-
Yeah.
I've done it many times. I've done it like over the last
Right,
12
right.
years. You just drink black coffee. You don't have like sugar. It's nothing crazy. It's just you eat like chicken and you don't eat red meat. And it's just like, it's not like what he said. It's not like that.
no,
Like all the time for me. Carry on.
man-
It's like the
cleanse.
straightest. It's like the straightest cleanse. It's called Wild Rose.
they call it the hetero cleanse.
The
He
straightest.
gets all the straightness out of you.
This is like if you're white and straight working man, this is the
Uh-huh.
cleanse for you.
During this cleanse, you masturbate to lesbian porn because
Not
having
allowed-
a guy in it is gay.
No porn, only gay. The only way you can get off is with anal stimulation in this clan.
So, anyways, I did this cleanse, and then after it's 2 weeks, and then I went and I had a strawberry after, and I was like, oh shit, that's how they're supposed to be. Because not too long after, you guys know I love drinking like Diet Coke or like fucking White Monster because I am a white monster.
Yeah.
And the sweetness level of these are so insanely high once you reset and have perspective again.
Yep.
Strawberries are crazy sweet. But once you have one Diet Coke, strawberries taste like zero. They taste like waterberries. Wait,
Yeah.
is that actually a thing? I was trying to diss strawberries. but
Waterberries.
I may have offended a whole other berry out there. But yeah, strawberries. But strawberry. I like raspberries, but like I wish raspberries felt like a strawberry.
I'd rather go
Yeah.
hungry than eat a raspberry.
You hate
Is it the
raspberries that
seeds?
much?
Ah, he's too straight
I
for a raspberry.
I hate them so much, and I also hate. I remember Woody when we were at that
Berry
what's
tasting
that?
convention.
yeah, at the berry tasting convention. No, we were having some sort of raspberry lemonade with breakfast in Chicago at the Cracker Barrel Old Country store. And Woody told us all how the raspberry flavoring in the tea came from beaver anus glands. And I was like, well, I don't even like raspberry, so not going to brave through beaver anal glands to get some more. And I changed my order.
That's a little bit of the chicken and the egg, though. Maybe
Mhm.
maybe beavers eat lots of raspberries in the wild.
They don't.
Subsequently, anal
They
glands.
don't. They don't.
Because why wouldn't you just use
This is-
raspberries for raspberry
This
flavor?
is true.
The beaver
Because-
thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
That can't. I know we looked this up, and I know
Right,
it's
yeah.
true, but I hate it.
Yeah, like guys, like, is it gay to eat raspberry flavored candies?
No, but it's gay to eat a beaver's ass because you like the taste of raspberries. That would be gay. You couldn't do that.
What if it's a girl beaver?
Then that's
Hey.
straight bestiality. This
that
is all degenerate math.
How does
Yeah.
God feel about that? Would he rather we commit straight bestiality or gay bestiality?
I
Do
think you get to almost a critical mass of sin that, that almost any more than that is just lumped in.
I wish Mortal Kombat had a straight bestiality DLC.
Doesn't the
Baldur's
fucking
Gate.
Baldur's Gate have that? Yeah.
Straight
goddamn
bestiality.
right.
Oh, yeah,
I fucked all
yeah.
sorts of animals in there.
I was thinking something completely different when I said straight bestiality. But yeah, no, they have that.
Yeah, I would.
I think I'm gonna mess with Dark and Darker some tomorrow. I've been playing with my VR, playing Ghost of Tabor a little bit. It's Escape from Tarkov, but in VR. And the gunplay is neat. It's pretty fun.
You're going to be playing
What VR
tomorrow?
do you have?
You don't have Thanksgiving plans with the family?
I'm not doing it tomorrow. I'm going to do it. You saw my shopping.
Oh,
thing
he's
today. I didn't get
Canadian. He did it already.
He already
to-
Yeah, I
Nah,
saw your cart when you texted us. I didn't realize. I didn't know if that was you or you saw a funny screenshot on.
No, that was my cart. That was my cart. I was.
Did you fire that last message off?
I did not finish that last message off. No, I didn't. No, what happened was I kept being slow about ordering my Thanksgiving turkey, and then when I did order it, they didn't have one, and then a whole day passed, and then today I was ordering the turkey, and he takes a picture of a hickory smoked turkey. He's like, "Will this work?" And on Instacart, it's just like, no, that won't work. That's $145 smoked hickory turkey. No, I want a $12 frozen turkey. Like,
Yeah.
So I finally did get my turkey today. It is 17 goddamn pounds because that's the smallest one they had. And I went and got two. Oh, it wasn't. It was cheap, like $20 or something. They do something to the price of turkey around Thanksgiving to make sure that turkeys are cheap as shit.
Yeah, but our turkey is 20 pounds, $9.
Exactly. That's the deal I had last year. Last year, I'm not even joking. They were both 18 or 19 pounds, $7 each. I took a picture, and they were like buy one get one free, $7 or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, give me a free fucking turkey. It sat in my freezer
I imagine, yeah.
for so long.
They do the same pricing as like rotisserie chickens with Thanksgiving this time of year with turkeys, where like they know you're going to spend so much on other shit that they just want you there. Like, oh, they have turkeys. Okay, I'll buy the $11 turkey and then I'll spend $400 on all the fucking other shit.
Frozen turkeys are like $1 a pound or even less. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I got all my fixins and sides and everything. My desserts and cobblers and such, all my ingredients, I think. But I'm gonna have to like defrost that turkey. I don't know how long that's gonna take. But
It's gonna take a long fucking time. Yeah.
I'm not dead set. It doesn't matter to me if it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Like I don't fucking care. I'm gonna do Thanksgiving this week. So as long as it takes, as long as it takes. Hopefully I don't ruin the turkey like I did last year. Last year I bought a pre-brined turkey. Brining is when you soak it in sort of a salt sugar bath. And it absorbs that into the proteins. But unbeknownst to me, I had bought a pre-brined turkey. So when I double brined it, I turned it into Saltbird.
Yeah.
So I deep fry this thing and it comes out looking beautiful, golden, crispy brown, injected with Cajun goodness. And I cut it open and take a bite and it tastes like pure salt, just salt meat. And I'm just looking at my girlfriend and yes, I was so bummed out. It's ruined. It's like, all right, let's eat 8 different sides and go to bed.
Did everyone go like, oh, Kyle, it's not that. It's pretty good.
No one
water.
No more water, please. Kyle, it's pretty good.
It's like that scene from Christmas Vacation where they're like,
did they try and assuage your broken feelings? Like it's not your fault. They didn't say what. Does it say pre-brined all over the back?
I swear to God, I only realized my mistake yesterday. It had been a mystery to me until yesterday. As I'm shopping for turkeys, I see that some are brined and some are not. I'm like, oh my God, I bought a turkey that had already been. That's the mystery of the shitty Thanksgiving of last year. So.
Kyle could have had any mystery solved that he chose that fucking shitty mystery. You're not origin of the universe.
Yeah, that's what he has. Why did I ruin Thanksgiving 2022?
Have y'all ever deep fried turkeys?
No.
Yeah, with my grandparents.
It is the way. So like it's not that it's a lot more expensive. So you've got to get like $120 frying setup and then a tank of propane and then just the peanut oil because you want to use peanut oil, not vegetable oil. It just tastes way better. I think it's $70 for like 4.5 gallons if you use Sam's Club and have a card, which is the cheapest place to get it. If you go to the grocery store and have to buy it a gallon at a time, it's $25 a gallon. So it gets real expensive. And then you have to get the turkey. And then I always tell myself I'm going to use cheesecloth and filter it back into I've never done that once. I leave that turkey cooker full of rancid oil until the next year and then panic and dump the oil in the forest and then scrub it in my bathtub for an hour to try to get all the oily residue off. and cook with it again.
Once a year.
You got to calculate
Every year
the
I
liquid
do that.
displacement as well, because then you're going to get a shit ton of oil all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll also start a fire and like
very
burn
easily.
yourself.
Apparently, a lot of people burn their house down or do severe damage to their house.
They don't understand
deep-frying
liquid
a turkey.
displacement because they're fucking stupid. You know, you've got to
People dip
when
like
you
a
add a
still
20-pound
frozen
turkey to 3 or 4 gallons of oil, it'll overfill it. You just do it slowly and watch the oil line, and you've got to be what a lot of people do. There's videos everywhere. They'll drop them, and so there's a big plunk splash, and the oil just catches fire.
How retarded do you have to be to do that?
Just
Very
a little bit,
retarded.
apparently. It's very common.
People do it on wooden decks with like porches over it, so the house ends up burning down.
That's embarrassing. You got to make up a story if that's how you burn your house down. Don't tell me you dunked your frozen turkey in the oil. The fire marshal's laughing at you. You're like,
Oh, that
no,
too, if it's
it was
frozen.
it was vandals.
Yeah, if you don't defrost that thing, I mean, it can be a little like cold and there can be some ice crystals, but if you don't defrost that thing, you'll also make a bomb. Apparently, I've never done. That would be a good YouTube video. Get your fryer going 450 degrees and throw a frozen turkey in that bitch.
You just need a YouTube password.
I'm telling you, suck my dick. I can't remember it. But yeah, that would. I also saw it made me think of Woody. General Sam did a video where he makes Thanksgiving in microwaves, and he's got like 8 microwaves stacked on top of each other, and he's putting a turkey in there. It's I didn't watch the rest of it, but it looked like it was going to be a good time. I think that's his brother with him. That gentleman.
Yeah,
looks like
he does a bunch of videos where he feeds them shit food.
I haven't seen that, I don't think.
Whenever I see good content in the food space, something fun, I'm like, damn, how'd I let that one feeding shit food to like my brother? This is great. Epic
You just see it as a missed opportunity. We're like, fuck, Kyle, you're preparing a wonderful meal for your family, for your loved ones, and you were excited talking about it. Are you deep frying a turkey? Are you making multiple turkeys? Are you going to have like steak as an option? How many meat types?
So I only do the fried turkey. If you don't like that, then go fuck yourself. I don't. Someone asked me if I was cooking ham, and my friend, what if a Jewish person wants to spend this wonderful holiday with me? You anti. Get the fuck out of here. Or one of my Sand People brothers. Maybe they. None of them eat pork. So no, I'll be frying a turkey. It's amazing. If you never had fried turkey, it's juicy, it's crispy on the outside. It's
great. It really redeems what turkey is.
Kyle, I appreciate how inclusive you are to think about the Sand People when you're making your meals.
I love Star Wars. What can I say? So,
and ham is the worst kind of pork. Far and away, the worst form of pork is that ham with like pineapples on it. Every other kind of pork beats that out.
No,
what are the other kinds of pork?
Pork chops, pork steaks, pork tenderloin,
pork belly,
bacon, pulled pork.
All right, now bacon is overrated.
It's sausage is better than bacon in my opinion. Like a good country sausage.
It's still pork. We're in the mix.
Sage. No, I'm just saying bacon, but like sausage. Anyway, we're getting away from the point. I do dressing instead of stuffing, and I do like 3 sides and dessert, and that's my Thanksgiving. There's not some like table full of green bean casserole nobody wants to eat. There's really nothing green. Like, don't show up if that's not what you're looking for. There's macaroni and cheese. There's mashed potatoes. There's a fried turkey. There's dressing. There's gravy, and that's it. That's it. I'll make some pie, and then you can go home.
Rolls like homemade bread?
No. What do you want to fill up on the rolls? Get the fuck out of here. Bring your own rolls if you want. All right, I told you what I'm cooking.
Bring your own rolls.
It's bring your own beer too.
That's fucked up.
We had that. He's been spoiled by grandma. He's got high standards.
That's what the dressing that I spend 2 days making is for. I'm making the cornbread tonight, letting it get stale overnight, making the dressing. It's wonderful. It's these little cubes. It's not like that like pile of shit y'all eat up north. And I'm just speaking, to anyone listening, or around the world. If you eat stuffing, it's fucking stupid. We eat dressing here, and it's these like cubes that you can cut a square out and like grab that square, throw it on your plate, and like put some gravy on. And if you've never had it, you don't know. It's fucking delicious. Really good stuff.
I don't think I've had this. I think I've just had stuffing.
You don't even know. It's good stuff.
I don't, but I like stuffing, and I'm not ready to let it be disparaged like this.
Trust me, it's shit. You've been eating shit your whole life. Every holiday, every loved one who's ever served. You thought those people loved you.
It does come out of a chicken's ass. You're making a lot of sense.
Turkeys.
Any woman who's ever given you stuffing, she doesn't love you that much. Let's just say that.
My mom watches this show.
I know. I'm I'm pointing her out specifically. Woody's mom. All right. A life without dressing is not a life that I want to fucking live, lady.
You'd be fine with my grandma's style of dressing then.
Probably
because she does it Southern style.
Yeah,
I don't like wasting stomach space on too much dressing because it is frankly the least appealing looking food.
Okay.
And also like I usually eat things like in ranking. Like number one, I go for like all the meats I like. So my grandma almost always makes like some fillets. So I'll eat a couple steaks.
That's weird.
And then I go to fried turkey. And I'll
Did your grandfather always have money?
No. No. They both grew up like without they both grew up like without running water. They didn't
like.
So my question is the reason
did he have money like in your interactions with him?
In like enough to like buy me toys was like my understanding. Like they didn't like start doing well for themselves until like they got older because they were both like they grew up without running water. They had nothing, and so like they didn't have a ton of food just in the house, and so now like they every single holiday, it doesn't matter if it's fucking Arbor Day, there's steaks. It's awesome. I love it.
I like my family was definitely.
I hope that's not an exaggeration.
It's not.
Like cooking filet mignons for like everybody. That stuff's like $17 to $25 a pound.
It's expensive. We don't have a lot of members of our family on my mom's side, and so
but she cooks enough. She cooks.
I
want
to be around Taylor's grandmother. I'm like, I saw on the calendar. It's Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah. Rosh Hashanah.
Right. It's Rosh Hashanah. Come here, honey. I didn't know you was one of the desert people.
She loves when I come down to the house, so she'll be like, "Now, I know it's Chinese New Year. Like, now we like to celebrate the Lunar New Year here."
Everybody, bring your Lunar New Year hats.
Yeah, my grandparents are both gems. They're both just incredible people. I'm very fortunate.
That's terrific.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've got the turkey is brining right now in its solution of salt and sugar and lemons and all sorts of nonsense.
This year I have you both beat. I've started my Thanksgiving dinner already.
What are you doing? What was your part?
Okay, to be clear, I'm not doing jack shit.
Okay. I had a feeling.
What I've started doing was eating Thanksgiving dinner. That's my role in this thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess I mentioned pecan pie a couple times this year. Mm-hmm. And I think pecan pies are extra hard to make, like compared to a pumpkin pie or something like that. And well, anyway, Jackie tackled it for the first time, and she pulls the pecan pie out of the oven, and I'm like, well, I mean, it's only oven fresh for a short period of time. We can't wait till tomorrow and then judge how this pie is. So I had a piece a la mode. And then I had another piece.
It's really good.
You want to have a piece plain and a la mode. Get a comparison.
They were both a la mode.
like I actually don't know what the inside of a pecan pie is made out of. Before you say pecans, the pecans are on top.
Three kinds of sugar.
But the stuff on the inside, I'm pretty sure is just sugar.
There's pecans inside. I didn't know that. She stressed quite a bit about like how much to crunch them. And I was like, I didn't even know there were pecans inside. She goes, so blend them a lot. Yeah. So that's what she did.
No,
I mean the pecans are just cover for the sugar. Like it's like, hey, we're making a sugar pie.
Don't just give me sugar. Put some fat on that.
Was this an unhealthy pie? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's a great pie.
A la mode.
Looking down on someone for their a la mode pie Thanksgiving.
One thing that it's hard to like the South does cooking well because it's all these indulgent like things, and it's and the background behind it is that it was the poorest, cheapest, most calorically dense foods that people could come up with. A lot of it's slave food. The white Southerners and white black people have like the same stuff we like, more or less, and it's often like the cheapest part of a pig, the cheapest part of a cow, and with like cooked forever, and then with a bunch of salt and sugar on it, and it's delicious. The best
it is.
Foods.
Like
I love
fried
gravy.
chicken, fried fish. I'm surprised being a Southerner that you're not all in on like fried catfish.
I like it. There is like in Gumlog, Georgia, there's a fish house that we used to go to all the time. It's really good down there, some lemon on that whole catfish. Pick the bones out of it, but it's just not my favorite.
Some green onions. Ooh.
I'd just rather have chicken or beef or something like that. Oh, about turkey, I wanted to say this because inflation's been crazy, right? And I expected this holiday to be a little more expensive than others. When I bought the peanut oil, I think it was probably definitely more expensive. I was like, oh, peanut oil is expensive. And then I'm sure something else was that I didn't notice. But turkey, how much do you think turkey is per pound, a frozen turkey?
Now,
I don't know. Someone on the internet said turkey went from $25 to $28, but your vibe is that it's more extreme than that.
50 cents a pound. It's 50 cents a pound for frozen turkey. I almost, when I saw that, bought a deep freeze and went to Publix. It was wait, you're telling me 50 cents a pound for this? I got a 15-pound turkey and it was $7.20 cents.
That's the cheapest meat I would have seen in years. Like chicken's not that cheap at the store.
I got it on a sale. I mean, I even like took the sticker and like put it on a magnet on my fridge, mostly because I got to remember what the thing weighs over and over for the recipe. But yeah, $7 a turkey for like big ass frozen turkeys. It seems like I should buy 30, right? Like what the fuck? Why am I not living on turkey for the rest of the year?
It must be a loss leader where you're shopping.
I don't know. I got it delivered. She just, when I saw that they were that price, I ordered two. Like I said, Thanksgiving, I'm having people over. I'm cooking the full Thanksgiving. That's what we should talk about. Next topic. All right, what are y'all doing for Thanksgiving? Because I'm cooking the full Thanksgiving dinner. I'm deep frying the turkey. I'm doing multiple sides. I'm doing a dessert, and I'm hosting.
That's very nice. My grandma. Well, I have to go to both sides of my family, but my grandma and grandpa and brothers were all going to their house, and she's, I think, deep frying 2 turkeys. She's making a bunch of filet mignon. I think that she's either frying a bunch of chicken or frying fish. I'm not sure which one. I'm good with either. They're both great. And then of course, like all the standard trimmings and stuffings and everything.
Did you say you're good with fish for Thanksgiving?
No, but she does a smorgasbord.
It's just a pick whatever you
want. In
want.
addition to 2 fried turkeys and a platter of filet mignon.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. Now I get it. Yeah,
it's just a huge amount of food, and then she also we can make special requests, and so she'll already have 100 sides out, and she'll almost bully us and be like, you know what? I forgot to make the fried okra. Would you boys like some fried okra? And we're like, I'm about to have a heart attack. And she's like, you know what? You just sit right there. I'm going to fry you up some okra. And then she fries up 2 pounds of okra. And I love fried okra. It's so good. And,
I like it too. I hated it as a kid, but as an adult, I would occasionally order it. I'm like, this is pretty fucking good. I mean, it's fried and all.
2 years ago, Taylor said something like, my grandmother makes a ton of food. I know you think your grandmother does, but my grandmother kicks your grandmother's ass. Oh, yeah. And now I'm like, yeah, I think you can safely say that to an audience of 250,000 people that their grandmother cannot hang with his.
It's outrageous.
Could you take some photographs of the spread?
I like that too. Put it on the WhatsApp.
I'd love to see. What if he's lying to us this whole time? He doesn't have grandparents.
I'm eating a banquet meal by myself.
We've heard about these grandparents and their shindigs, and they're just all a figment in his imagination. He lost them all in a fucking train accident in the late 80s.
Cranberry on the side.
Yeah,
I'll take one. Usually for Christmas Day, if we're there for Christmas Day, she does a huge seafood boil with lobster and crab and andouille sausage and corn and potatoes and shrimp and I think I've sent you guys a photo of that where she gets that giant pot the size of my torso and just dumps it onto the kitchen island. It's so wonderful. I always feel like absolute dog shit leaving. It's rough.
2 Thanksgivings this year. We're doing one with just our family, then another one, the George Foreman's, friends that are like family. So the Foremans are coming over, and we're doing a second Thanksgiving with them.
That's awesome that you know them.
Yeah, it is nice.
Great.
Yeah, we're trying to nuzzle up close to the grill fortune, see if any of it rubs off on us.
That's right. You love their grills. That's how y'all met. You were always talking about George Foreman chicken on the show.
It's all been I've been playing the long game, pretending I like the grills just to get in.
No, I'm excited. I didn't do Thanksgiving.
What else are you making for sides, Kyle?
I'm keeping it kind of simple. I don't like vegetables for the most part. I certainly don't like those vegetable casseroles that everybody seems to like butternut squash nonsense,
green bean casserole,
casserole, and all that shit. I never do anything green really for Thanksgiving. This is not a healthy meal. So I deep fry the turkey. I'm gonna inject it with like Cajun butter and stuff, and rub it with Cajun shit, and then like really fancy mashed potatoes that are just more butter than mashed potatoes. Macaroni and cheese. I got this like cave aged is it Gruyere?
Cave aged?
I don't know, man. I don't know why they put in caves, but they do. And I'm making this like recipe I found for the ultimate macaroni and cheese. That's like 3 different fancy cheeses and big noodles. And I'm gonna bake it, and then I'm going to do deviled eggs and a sweet potato souffle. And I haven't decided if I'm going to go with a marshmallow topping or a pecan praline topping, but I may go with both.
Maybe both.
It's hard to go wrong with either one.
You just do the pecan pralines and then do the marshmallows on top. Yeah.
Have you made all those things before?
Yeah, I've made everything. The only thing I haven't cooked before is that thing where you take the tenderloin and wrap it in the puff pastry and cook it.
Wellington?
Beef Wellington. Yeah, that's the only thing I've never cooked. I've done everything else.
It's apparently very, very hard. Even Gordon Ramsay says, because it's, what is it, like the filet and then you wrap it in prosciutto and then the crushed mushrooms with stuff in there?
That have been like pureed and sauteed to get the moisture out. It's hard to get the puff pastry to be crispy while getting the steak to be cooked to temperature correctly, apparently. And then if you're trying to get artistic with the puff pastry on top, that's its own skill. Some people do this whole thing where it looks like it's like a accordion. It's pretty wild. But no, I've never done that for 2 reasons. One, it's kind of expensive if you do a full beef tenderloin. They're about $100. And then it's going to take me a couple hours to cook the thing. And then there's the other ingredients. And then what if I fucking ruin it?
Yeah, that'd be a damn shame.
You could do an individual one, though. You could just take a nice tenderloin and like wrap it in puff pastry and bake the fucker. And like I guess you could kind of get there that way.
Yeah, you can find a YouTube video to get you there.
Yeah,
even the worst chefs on Hell's Kitchen can, get something going.
So what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm gonna cook. I've got a turkey that I'm gonna deep fry. Although I have to cook it in fucking vegetable oil instead of peanut oil because Kitty will die, and I'm not sure that's gonna be. So yeah, I'm gonna soak it in a brine for 16 hours beforehand. That's supposed to add a lot of flavor and rub it down with some. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do after this, or it may have already been done upstairs. I'm also cooking a turkey. I'm injecting it with some pineapple, brown sugar stuff, and making I'm gonna glaze it until it's got like a candy shell on it.
I was just gonna use that. It sounds like Kyle's Thanksgivings are really candy.
Yeah.
It's a way to make everything sweet.
We're making two different kinds of stuffings. One is stuffing, one is dressing. They're very different. I'm making some like slow cooker macaroni and cheese that takes all day to make, and it's gonna be like super gooey. Like garlic mashed potatoes and yeast rolls, and I'm going to get a 3-layer gourmet cake made from this place near us that makes these incredible. It's a $40 cake, but it's a giant German chocolate cake, and it's made by these Amish people. It's so good. And I don't know what else we're having. Kitty's cooking a few things. Oh, there's some sort of like sweet potato souffle with marshmallows and pecans on top.
Sounds good.
I like Thanksgiving.
I like Thanksgiving a lot too. I'm going to be going
I don't give any thanks
house.
though, not a bit. I just eat.
There's nothing I dislike more about Thanksgiving than when, it's almost like maybe some families do that thing every year where they're like, everybody go around the table and say something you're thankful for. And sometimes, like, at least on my dad's side of the family growing up, it was like a, luck of the draw, roll the dice. Like if the right fucking uncle was leading it that year and it was like one of the good ones or whatever, he'd be like, everybody just dig in. But every once in a while you get like someone who's more emotional, and it's like, we need to go around and have everyone in great detail tell us about things that you are thankful for. And it's like, look at how many fucking cousins are in this room. No way we're going to be able to go through and let, Aunt Susan's going to go on for at least 3-4 minutes. Like, so everybody's going to be rushing. Like,
you turn it into a comedy routine. Like, I'm thankful that cousin Kevin's thank list was so small.
Yeah.
Then, everyone laughs and you move on.
Do the safe Thanksgiving jokes. Yeah. Starting to get sleepy from this turkey, am I right?
Oh, Jesus, that's terrible. That's not good at all. That's awful.
So stupid. Those are the kind of like little jokes you have to make with family that you don't know as well. But I don't know. I think I'll enjoy it. My grandparents make awesome food every time. They're going to deep fry one of the turkeys in peanut oil. They're going to do like the standard baking for the other one. Then they make a ham, like a pineapple ham. And then sometimes there's like some beef tenderloin or fried chicken, fried okra, a lot of stuff. I love it. I usually don't try I go through every Thanksgiving. I eat 98% meat. Like I eat the turkey, then the ham, then more turkey, then more of the other kind of turkey. And I really don't get involved in the salads or the cranberries and that stuff as much. Because it's Thanksgiving. There's no reason to eat anything that's not your top favorite thing. You know? I don't like being guilted into trying dishes. Is what I don't like.
When I was 25, I felt the same way that you do about the whole thanks thing. But now I'm a little more reflective. And of course, I would never ask everyone to go around the table and share what they're thankful for. Like, tell me how much you love about 16% of this room and the rest of them, we don't give a fuck about. But I will say that like the holidays make me reflective for what I have and who's still around. I have family on my wife's side that's sick, and so it's something I'm happy that they're still here for. I have and then my own like Hope is not sick, but she's a senior in high school, and that whole dynamic is gonna basically next year she moves away and she's gonna go off to college.
Yeah.
So I
can definitely see that as you get older and you have more appreciation for like, oh, life really is flying by. Like, look at this, my kid's growing up. Like, this time's running out. Like, I can definitely see that. But you can do that without slowing down the whole parade and making, and waiting there for a full minute while trying to goad some 4-year-old into saying they're thankful for whatever, piano lessons their parents bought them. Whatever the fuck.
My favorite Christmas song, it's like Christmas and Wine or something. I want to find it. It won't take me too long.
What is it you're looking for?
I'm looking for my favorite Christmas. Oh, White Wine in the Sun. White Wine in the Sun is my favorite Christmas song. And it's this guy, to look at him, like the prejudiced version of me would think, I don't like this guy. He looks like he's ready to work in a haunted house or something. White guy with stringy, crazy hair. But to hear him sing, it seems like he writes his own songs. They're incredibly thoughtful. And White Wine in the Sun, he's just like, I really like Christmas. And he talks about how he appreciates his time with family and the simple things. And that to me is what the holiday. There's nothing I fucking want for Christmas this year. I'm not like, oh my God, I hope my wife gets me a new like heated jacket or something. Dude, if I want something, I just order it on Amazon. What I really want for Christmas is hard to get, which is like, I don't know, people enjoying each other's company. And so while I certainly would never fucking lead some sort of prayer or pseudo prayer about it, I do get reflective, about getting to see people.
And you should
stuff.
be.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Are you worried at all? Like, do you anticipate? Because I'm sure that even more so than most Thanksgivings with the election that close, that people are going to be bitter and arguing. Like, do you have like a plan for like where you go to like how to shut those conversations down and be like, hey, let's talk about the NFL, or hey, what about this over here? Blues are playing well now finally. Like whatever. Do you have a plan, or are you just going to let it all peter out?
I don't expect it to be a problem. I don't know. I'm not anticipating that as an issue. I'll say that. Our Thanksgiving this year, so Hope went to her boyfriend's for Thanksgiving, and then we're going to do Thanksgiving on Friday. We're also doing Thanksgiving on Thursday with some family friends, and I know that they're blue, so they're not going to be like big debates or anything. I don't think they'll even talk about it much. Maybe just crack a joke,
that's the best. I don't anticipate any problems at my Thanksgiving because I can't remember a single time people have gotten in a political debate at any of my family Thanksgivings, at least on the side that I'm going to this year. But yeah, it's at least from a couple people I've spoken to, they're very much dreading and like having contingency plans for like, God, I know that fucking Uncle Ted is coming in from, Cape Girardeau in southern Missouri, and he's so pro-Trump, and then Aunt Judith's coming in from Philadelphia. Oh, they hate each other anyway. They're going to be screaming, like working and stuff like that. So glad I don't have to think about that, and that I'm not, or I guess maybe it's because you're not hosting it, are you? Like you're not hosting Thanksgiving?
So Hope, the Friday one we're hosting. So Hope and her boyfriend are doing Thanksgiving at her house. And then on Friday, they both come to our house and we do Thanksgiving here.
Okay. Maybe it's because, the two people I was thinking of were talking about it. They were hosting like their entire extended family. So maybe they feel responsibility to like be the mediator. But
I'd like to
I don't know. I'm
Our
looking forward to
family's too far away.
Absolutely. Yep. We're all full of turkey, I think.
Turkey.
I'm a little sleepy.
Right. I'm pretty drowsy from the tryptophan. Is it tryptophan? Is that what I'm looking for?
If that's not it, it's so close I can't tell the difference.
It's one of those brain chemicals making me all sleepy from all the turkey I ate. But so how's everybody's Thanksgiving been? It's kind of what we were just talking about before we kick this thing off. Let me tell you about mine real quick because mine's pretty straightforward.
It's not straightforward if you start at the beginning.
When I was born, or
no, when you ditched your parents to have Thanksgiving with Kitty.
Oh,
oh, Kyle.
So here's what happened.
You ditched the fam.
You guys thank me for this story. Carry on, Kyle.
So the last 2 years I spent with my girlfriend, who I'm no longer with her family, and doing their whole big like family thing, which was cool and everything, but you know it's a bit stressful. I'm not with her anymore, so obviously not doing that this year. It'd be weird if I showed up, right? So this time around, I'm with my new girlfriend, and I decided. Let me rewind a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So what happened was I was at my parents' house. I was talking to my dad about building some stuff, and my mom was there, and she walked by, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? You know, we're gonna do this, this, and that. You should come. You should bring Kitty. Bring whoever you want to bring." And I was like, "No, I think Kitty and I are gonna do this Thanksgiving. Just she and I. We're gonna do a thing." And because you know, I figured Kitty's here, and her family's in England. And her husband's away at sea, so I was gonna do Thanksgiving with Kitty, and and my mom was like, "Well, bring her with you," and I was like, "Nah, I don't want to drag Kitty into our whole like family thing," and you know,
your sister would beat her up.
I don't think that.
She's like a feral cat.
Her husband is away at sea. What year is it?
He's a submariner. He's somewhere in the waves, listening for mines or some bullshit. Anyway, I was like, "No, Mom, me and Kitty, we're going to do our own Thanksgiving thing. Don't worry. Like, I don't even know what my girlfriend's doing. I think she's going to do it with her family. Me and Kitty going to do our own little thing. You and Dad and Kelly, you go do your little thing." So it turned out I got back, and I was like, "Kitty, Thanksgiving, me and you, what's happening?" She's like, "Oh, I've decided to fly off to Colorado. I'm going to do Thanksgiving there." I was like, "Oh, really? You're going to fly to Colorado and leave me here?" "Yeah, they can't go off to Colorado. They had a very nice, very cheap ticket. It's only $300 first class. Very nice, very nice." I was like, "Oh, they didn't have two of those really nice tickets? Maybe on the whole fucking airplane, or like maybe a different airliner? Hang on, let me check." "Oh, no, I just thought, you know, got to spend the holiday with some friends and all." I was like, "Oh, all right. Well, I told my parents that I'd be with you, so I guess I'll just stay here, and I'll probably cry, but don't worry, I won't bother you with that. I'll just sort of keep the pain on the inside and just wallow it down in my loneliness, because I certainly can't go back to my parents now and be like,
I would have.
Turned out,
Yeah,
Kitty decided
like
to
a real
out to Colorado." No, they'd have been cool with it. Nobody would have like given me shit about it. It's not like I live with a
Except Kelly.
Like, it's not a sitcom. Fuck her. But anyway, my girlfriend and I decided we would do our own Thanksgiving thing right here. She did one with her family previously, and then today she got up early and started cooking like all my favorite things. And then I got up and I cooked the turkey. I deep fried it. So you've got 5 gallons of 350-degree oil boiling, and then you lower the turkey down in, and it was delicious. It came out super good and like really delicious.
Can she cook?
Yeah.
She doesn't look like someone who can cook.
She can cook.
What the
I still
fuck?
haven't seen a picture of this broad.
There was mashed potatoes there's like chunky garlic and cheese mashed potatoes, and the macaroni and cheese had like 8 pounds of cheese in there, and she cooked all the stuffing and the giblet gravy and this like sweet potato dessert with candied pecans and marshmallows on top, all caramelized and shit.
This sounds dreadful. Why did you try to break up with this girl? I don't. Yeah, it's dreadful. She's beautiful, and she's really great at sex and cooking. I'm out of here.
Those conversations must be brutal if it was almost pushing you past the point of looking past all that. Like, it must have been a whole new level of boring and insipid nonsense.
So, you know, it's just... what can I say? Regardless, the Thanksgiving went well. Food came out great. Everything was really delicious. So I've enjoyed myself. I'm a little drowsy, like I said, from the tryptophan. So I got myself some coffee here. But I'm curious about you two. How was your Thanksgiving? Anything interesting? Anything out of the ordinary? Big one, small one, turkey, ham, both? Like what do you do?
I wish I had a story like yours. We ate with so my family is friends with another family, and I like the dad, and Jackie likes the mom, and the kids are all nice. A little awkward in that it's Hope's ex-boyfriend. That's the level of the co-family friendship, but they're cool, with each other and such. And I guess we just hung out, and it was kind of standard outside of that. It was a real casual thing. Colin's into stacking stuff, and he made a bunch of tall domino pyramids and house of cards with dominoes set up on top of the house of cards. The kids got skill, and that's the sort of thing that we did.
Cool. Turkey?
Yeah, turkey, mashed potatoes. There were 3 different pies: apple, chocolate mousse pie, and pumpkin pie. Green beans, stuffing. That's what I'm searching for. I don't know, all the good Thanksgiving stuff.
I forgot to mention my pies. There were 4 pies. They were fried pies.
For the 2 of you, yeah, naturally.
There was a German chocolate pie, which there was a peach pie, an apple pie, and a cherry pie. And I have yet to eat the apple and cherry pies. I only ate 2 of the pies, so I held back. We saw a thing that said that most people eat 3,000 to 5,000 calories. That's how much dessert I'm gonna have. Like, we're hitting 10K today.
I had 2 plates.
I didn't.
I don't mean to pick on Wayne. He was saying that he didn't really cheat on his diet much. He, just a couple extra plates, with his meals here and there. And that's burned into my head so irreversibly. Like, whenever I'm hungry, I'm like, Wings would eat second plates in this situation. And I eat second plates sometimes, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And after I filled up, I was like, yeah, it's Thanksgiving, baby. 2 plates. I went back.
I took a picture.
That's a good way to look at it. Like, I would feel like a real piece of shit if after every meal I was like, all right, first half's done, and then you go load up your plate again as everybody's watching you. Like, of course, Mr. 2 plates, just get him a fucking trough.
I started with 2. This was my first helping.
Hold that up.
Wait, what am I looking at here? Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait, and at the top, is that a second plate in the poorly lit background?
There is an entire it was. I can't help it.
Those plates are so full you can't see plate.
Yeah, and you didn't even wait until the first plate was done. You had one on deck.
The second plate, nothing but stuffing. It's just the stuffing.
My second plate was stuffing heavy too, but I didn't like it and didn't finish it. But
I hate that when you have to pretend to like and try a tiny little bit of everybody's holiday dishes, and sometimes they're just bad. They're just bad sometimes.
Look, I refuse to pretend that I like something if I don't. Classically, I'm known for this, and people are always like, I don't understand. Kyle never eats anything around Christmas or Thanksgiving. Why? It's like, I don't like your nasty food, bitch. like, did you notice I'm eating nothing but my mom's like mashed potatoes, turkey, and dressing? I don't want any of that other shit because you cooked it. You cooked it.
It's not because you cooked it. It's because you're bad at cooking it.
You're bad at cooking, and I don't trust your hygiene.
Right.
I mean,
so every single holiday dinner for you is just burning bridges with family members. Just fuck you and your green beans.
You should have seen me
at Christmas with Kitty.
You should have seen me and my ex-girlfriend's thing. Like there, it's like everyone brings a different dish, so it's like it really is a thing where like everyone could feel judged, and I'll straight up say it. My girlfriend was a very pretty girl, but some of her family members weren't, and some of mine aren't.
Your girlfriend was a very pretty girl, like before the fire?
Yeah.
She's not my girlfriend anymore.
Oh, okay.
Before the acid attack.
Yeah, before the honor attack, after she broke up with me. I had to show her. In any case, I just remember like one of her relatives being like, you didn't try any of this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't like that. And like, oh, you don't like blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I just didn't like that, blah, blah, blah. Didn't care for it. It was really salty. Didn't like it.
It's not that I hate green beans. It's those green beans right there. They're not good.
Yeah.
I'll straight up say it because food is one of those things where it's like, no, you're going to want to go back to the drawing board on this. I'm sure you'd like to know. It's like a blowjob. If you do a bad job, I'm going to let you. Well, you could work on this and that, maybe not so much teeth, and maybe you don't dump the whole salt in there, and maybe next time I'll eat them. But in any case, I had a great Thanksgiving
That's a
this year.
fucking mixed metaphor. If I've ever you just mix them together, fewer teeth and less salt.
Yeah,
All right,
same
awesome.
thing to me. I like to be honest with how I'm feeling about things. One thing is that we cooked the turkey. She prepared the turkey. I cooked the turkey. Like, I didn't want to have to be rubbing it down and taking the guts out, the necks in there and the giblets. I'm not sure what the giblets are, but I think it's like the heart and the liver and lungs and some stuff like that. Some stuff I don't want any part of. And they put it in a package and like wrap it up and shove it back into the bird. I don't even know why. In any case, I asked her if she took it out. I was like, "Did you get the giblets, honey?" She was like, "Yeah."
You didn't even know what they were, and you were asking if she got them out.
Yeah, like I'm aware that it's a thing. Like I don't know what they're composed of. I've never dissected the giblet bag, but I know there's a bag of gunk stuck in there for whatever reason, because some people eat it, and I'm just not one of them. I also
think
don't
they make a
stuff
broth out of it, or it's part of the.
They make giblet gravy out of it. Yeah, they make a gravy out of it, and like I like that, but I like it when they take the dark meat out of the turkey and make the giblet gravy out of that. It's I don't want the heart, liver, and lungs or whatever the fuck's in there. In any case, she took the neck out. Yeah, she took the neck out, but she left the package of giblets with organs like jammed into its like little breast pocket. So I fried that shit too, and that's the advantage when you're frying instead of baking. It's all good. I mean, like, I wrapped some twine around that motherfucker to keep his wings tucked in so he'd fit in the pie. That didn't matter either. Fried it as well. Like, you could throw anything in there mid-fry. I like frying stuff. I'm going to keep that thing fueled up. It's a big propane tank hose and the whole burner and all. And I think I'm going to start frying everything now. I think it's the future.
I can't see what's wrong with that plan. Not a
No, I
damn
don't either.
thing.
It does seem kind of wildly irresponsible almost to have a 5-gallon drum of hot oil constantly in your kitchen.
Boiling. No, you do it outdoors. It's an outdoors activity. Yeah, you've got like a big propane tank. I remember last winter maybe, that Wings tweeted that picture where he was keeping his house warm using one of these things. It was the propane, the big propane tank, like the cooker size, the regulator, the hose, the burner, which is like an enormous Bunsen burner, and it's just sitting in his living room burning. And I'm just like, they're gonna fall asleep and die. So tell me about your Thanksgiving. I got carried away with mine. And told
That's all right. Really rehashing over all the same foods, all the same turkey and ham. We play for keeps.
I like it.
Really just watched football. Didn't do much.
Yeah.
Then girlfriend went to work.
The Lions won. Woot woot. I've been
Hooray.
a Lions fan since I was 15, and long story short, it's because I fell in love with this girl from Michigan, started pulling for her Lions.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and they sucked
And
at the
still
time.
pull for them.
They
They
sucked
still
at the
suck,
time, as the Lions often do. So it was like, this is a good thing. No one will call me a bandwagon jumper. Like, if anyone becomes a Raiders fan right now, you're not a bandwagon. It's a good time to get on, and then you can be like, no, I stuck with them through 2014.
You're not down with the Panthers?
No, they play in Charlotte, which is like hours from here, and I don't know. Yeah, the Panthers are the North Carolina team, but they're too far.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Detroit makes more sense then.
Fair enough. I don't know. I've been pulling for them forever, and I like to see them do well. Plus, I like Barry Sanders, who's probably ancient history to our listeners, was the man at the time. He was really neat. Every time he held the ball, could have been an 80-yard run, and it's cool.
So the Democrats are apparently waging a war on Thanksgiving now.
Gobble gobble, those sons of bitches.
Assholes.
What do they want to do, Woody? Tell me. What are they doing?
They want to say Merry Thanksgiving.
I think if I have the story right, Fox News made up out of whole cloth the Democrats want to get rid of or change the name of Thanksgiving or something. Trump repeated it, and now Fox News is putting out the news that that Trump is saying that the Democrats want to get rid of Thanksgiving.
They want to call it Native American Eradication Day, from what I'm hearing.
Friendsgiving.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
I have a new stance. I actually like this. I'm joining the left on this. I think they're on top of something there.
So the media did like the tweet thing where like BuzzFeed sees 3 people talking about something on Twitter and it gets 5 likes and they go, people are saying, and then people start talking about it and it's like, no, we didn't just make the news for clicks. Definitely not. Yeah, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
What do they actually? Did anybody say anything about Thanksgiving?
No,
Of all
no.
the holidays, I've never heard somebody
Hang
be like,
on,
you
let
know
me-
what holiday fucking sucks? That one where you're kind to people and you're thankful for their involvement in your lives. Fuck that one. Like, why?
I don't know that it's actually based on anything. It started with
probably
the
not.
5 saying it, and then Trump said it, and then when Trump said it, now it is actually news. So the 5 said it again, and I don't know.
Is that a Fox show?
Yeah, it's a morning Fox show. It's really popular. I'm surprised you hadn't. You're probably
I've never
working,
watched Fox.
maybe. Taylor,
I'm
if
out
you-
and about.
yeah, you need to work less and watch.
I've like every time I'm at my grandparents' house or I'm at the airport
Okay.
and I'm like seeing Fox or CNN, I'm like, how on earth is anybody watching this? Number one, boring. Number two, the commercials. Oh my God, I'm spoiled upon streaming. Like it's unbelievable. It was
I
like,
really enjoyed his Thanksgiving Day thing. I felt like it was like very lighthearted and like it's a lighthearted event. Like he made a few jokes about the whole impeachment thing and the Democrats and the media, but they were kind of lighthearted jokes and like mostly it was just riffing with the turkeys.
W
And
had a
people are
good
making
one.
fun of him for ripping around with the turkeys, and it's like, all right, look, here's one where we want him to be silly. He's pardoning a turkey named Butter, and it's with its friend Bread. All right, he's got the Butterball CEO there. He's literally trying to boost fucking sales for an American business. Like, can we get behind him on Thanksgiving when he's got the fucking Butterball turkeys and the children named the turkeys and
Yeah.
it's clearly a big joke. The turkey looks absurdly ridiculous. It's Sarah, he's like, these turkeys have been specially bred to stay calm under pressure, and they had like they've been specially bred for this event. Like they had
W's
been-
turkey attacked him, and
Really?
it was
What if he
actually it was pretty charming.
the
Like the
boat.
turkey went after him, and he was like, "Ooh!" Gave the turkey a little space, and something about W. Like I enjoy. Remember when they threw the shoes at him?
yeah,
yeah. And
I'm like,
he ducked him.
that's
then
a
he
fairly
grinned.
athletic president, right? There are 2 shoes.
Yeah.
Ha ha! Got me. Ha ha! You only got 2 shoes. You know, like, like
Get his shoes.
he did pretty
yeah,
well.
Plenty of cruise missiles.
you throw 2 shoes at me. I'm pretty sure you don't have any more.
Yeah. So when the turkey kind of like went after him, and he was cool about it. He wasn't overly scared, and it was what you'd want.
What if he
Yeah.
killed the turkey?
That would have
Like-
been even funny.
If only Jesse Ventura had won.
What if
I'm tired of these pussies pardoning these fouls. We call them foul because of what they do to our economy. They destroy the beef industry. What was I talking about again? I feel like
what
he's
if-
going insane.
He gets the turkey and kills it right there and starts plucking the motherfucker.
If he takes
and he
4
starts talking about the
swings of
budget.
the machete, he's my president.
Oh my god! Oh, don't remind me. Flashback.
Oh,
Flashback.
poor Henrietta.
Flashback.
Henrietta,
We
what a
should
rough way to
have
go.
constructed a bird guillotine out there in the forest, and everything would have been fine.
The real challenge was we had a stick to protect your hand in case I was inaccurate, and it made my target really small.
Yeah,
Like I kind of got some shoulder because like you had
Yeah,
to protect his hand.
I
you
should.
don't even really got to chop. You kind of can just like put the machete or whatever down and like roll it over their
Yeah.
neck.
I
Oh,
should.
that might have been the move. I had
Yeah,
never
that
killed
was so
anything, so I put
great.
in the like kill
I know.
request. Yeah,
We
except
could've
for the
found you
squirrel.
Yeah, it was. That's literally what it was. What he's like. I've never killed a thing. I'm just like, well, it's not really about that, but okay.
I've never killed anything.
We're not. This isn't gonna start a whole thing, is it? Like where tomorrow we're driving around Walmart parking lot late at night looking for children.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle had killed the Cookie and Muffin Man just earlier that day. To steal his goods. That's the lie people don't predict. Is Kyle was not lying about the Muffin Man being there. He was lying about how he procured the goods.
That Muffin Man was real, goddamn it. It would be
I know.
absurd if I were going to go get muffins. I'd have just kept them to myself. I'd have never tried to make you all believe in a Muffin Man because it's absurd. I know it's absurd. I ran into him and he said he was a Muffin Man. And he,
Out of the
he
gate,
comes out there.
I was
so
like,
funny.
yeah, right, sure. Kyle met a Muffin Man, but our Patrick, the photographer, was like, no, I saw him too.
That's right. Patrick saw the Muffin Man.
Yeah,
Yes.
he corroborated your Muffin Man story, but he didn't take any muffins because he had food. Like he didn't need
Yeah.
any muffin. The photographer people don't know he.
That's
I
the kind
saw
of like deep
my
South-
my Muffin Man interaction as foraging.
Yes,
I went out with nothing and I came back with something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of like deep South story where you'd like be leaving at a gas station or like after you've gone and you're like, and some guy brought us muffins to the cashier. And she's like, you mean you saw the Muffin Man? Folks been talking about him for decades around here. Georgine, this guy saw the Muffin Man and lived to tell the tale. So yeah, they're
If you don't accept the chocolate chip muffins, he takes your soul.
Yeah, thank God you took that. Some keto feller died recently because of that.
Yeah, he had muffins and fucking cookies, and he was like, yeah, I'm bringing they're past their sell date at my store or his bakery or whatever, and me and my wife come out here and we give them to the campers, and I was like, I so want those. Those look delicious, and it was a ton of muffins. I didn't come back with like 12 muffins. I think I came back with like literally 80 muffins or something.
There were also cookies.
So many fucking muffins.
There were cookies.
M&M cookies in there. And so I forget the muffin to cookie ratio, but there was plenty of caloric in
There was plenty of both.
Yeah.
Where food is short, muffins are aplenty.
I'll never forget that crawfish that Woody boiled up, and it looked edible.
2 crawfish.
The 2 crawfish. He always does that. That's why I always start with 1. He's like, hey. I know there's 2, but I always say there's 1 because I know he's going. There were 2. I caught enough crawfish for 1/3 of a person. Calm down.
1/3 is fucking generous.
They call me the huntsman.
Gonna die.
And I think we tore that thing apart, and there were like little bits of white meat, and I think I took a piece like the size of a grain of rice, and went.
It was more poop than white meat, if I recall.
It was more poop than white meat.
You didn't devein it? Did you guys? Well, I guess you probably didn't soak it in cold salt water first.
That's what we did. Yeah, as we're sitting there, I'm like, guys, I literally watched a YouTube video about this. This was part of my training. Because going in, I watched a video on how to skin a squirrel and how to skin and like gut a rabbit, because these were the most likely things I thought for us to kill. And I also watched a crawfish one and a catfish one, like all the things that we might eat. Mm-hmm. But the crawfish one was honestly like, because I was thinking about eating some crawfish, not because I wanted to learn to prepare them. And I was like, he soaked them in something. He soaked them in some sort of brine or something, and all the shit came out. I think they're full of shit. And they are. They're full of shit.
The challenge is we were really water, like I had a water filter that you pumped, and pumping it was really hard work, harder than anyone's guessing right now. Like it was a workout to get any amount of. Yeah, you push it hard and it would take forever. I think it was a little clogged. Like maybe I didn't buy a fresh one for that trip.
You would work 4 minutes for your bottle of water, probably.
I think 4 is low. You know, I might double that. And to do like to just like throw that water away on a crawfish, it's like I'm not sure this is even calorie positive.
And then it still didn't taste very good. What did you guys do for Thanksgiving? I guess that'd be a good topic. Since we just did it.
I am so ungrateful. My mom was like, did you have a good Thanksgiving? It's like, well, I went to my neighbor's house and all the windows were open. So the inside temperature was pretty much outside temperature. It's too cold. I shivered. We ate dinner on paper plates, buffet style.
That's Thanksgiving for most people, I think.
Is it really?
To be honest. Yeah, it is, because so last year I went with my girlfriend's family. And that's exactly what we did. Almost, it was cold too, and it's eerily reminiscent of last year's. This year, I'm gonna be honest. I had pizza. It was marinara and meatball from Red Baron, and then I played some Call of Duty, and I was thankful that nobody was at my house fucking with me. It was a great time.
I really like being home for Thanksgiving. A neighbor's house is almost home, but like if I have to travel across the country and like just not be in my own domain, that's kind of rough on me. But when I'm home and I basically get waited on all day, like extra, that's awesome.
Woody had to add that in there too, like extra, because
yeah.
He clicked his head like, wait a minute, Jackie brings me stuff all the time.
She does. She does.
That's awesome.
But yeah. So that like, Thanksgiving might be my favorite holiday because all I do is receive.
I think Thanksgiving is one of my least favorite holidays. So Thanksgiving is basically turkey and dressing and pumpkin pie for me. That's the only draw to Thanksgiving because I don't like my relatives. Like I don't like, and I don't like my friends' relatives, and I don't like.
Have you made up with your sister yet?
Excuse me?
Have you made up with your sister yet?
My dad has not made up with because she stole $25,000 from him and all.
Still? No, wait. It used to be 50, right?
It was the count had apparently he said 50, but apparently not all of it. Apparently there was like 15 of it that didn't make it in there. Excuse me, no. Let me take back. No, my mom spent 10 grand of the 50 on a lawyer. 10 grand went to a lawyer.
Can I help you catch up? If you're not, excuse me, if you're not a person that watches every episode of PKA, Kyle's parents about a year ago, maybe, separated and contemplated divorce, and then decided to get back together. But somewhere in the midst of that, Kyle's sister took all the money and put it in her personal account to kind of like protect it.
Sort of. So basically what it was is there was an account that my father had in my sister's name where he was keeping his savings.
Okay.
I don't know why that was the case. I've asked him and he said, I guess because I'm a fucking idiot. That was his reply. So there was about 50 grand in there. And you know, when my mother moved out, my sister went with her. They went and got an
if that's
apartment.
not clear, as the parents separated, the sister chose the mother's side.
Yes. And you know, so this money was in Kelly's name, and Dad was like, I want my money. And she's like, no, that's all the money that we have right now, even though both her and my mother have full-time teacher jobs. So basically, you know, she took this money, 10,000 of it went to a lawyer. Another, I don't know, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 went to things like car payments, insurance, getting a new place to stay in, all that shit. Basically, like 35 of it was left over, and my sister just kept it, like 25, 35 grand, somewhere in there. I don't know the exact, and nobody likes talking about it. She just kept it. And when my mother and my father got back together, my mother moves back in with my father. My sister just stayed in the fucking house with the, 20, 30 grand or whatever. And she's still there. So I have only seen her once since all that happened. She called me about a month and a half ago and said there was a giant squirrel that had ran into her house. So I went over there with a handgun with some rat shot and tried to work out how to kill this squirrel. Didn't see it and then just left. And as I'm in there,
still have the flashlight?
Yes, as I was gonna say, I was about to say this. As I'm in there, I look and there's my father's like 1 million candle power, 2.5 million candle power spotlight.
So that means nothing to me. How much is it worth?
I don't know, $150 maybe, but it's his spotlight.
Uh-huh.
And it's something that she just took. There was no reason for her to take this thing.
She knew that it was a special flashlight. It was extra good.
Yeah, this isn't like something you hold. This is one of the ones that you like hold a handle, and then if you hold your hand out like in a fist, like you're holding, like you're gonna stab someone. This is where the giant light is above your hand. It's a spotlight. It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she stole it basically. I don't know. She's just being a shithead.
It's like taking binoculars or something. Like, why did you take those? Those were his. You knew they were expensive. You have no use for it. You just took something because you knew it was a good something.
Yep. So she's kind of a shithead. So no, I have not made up with her, and I don't plan to. She's not a particularly interesting or funny person anyway. So.
Wow, Kyle's just
wow. Shots fired.
Yeah, she's not a snappy dresser.
Yeah, I just don't care for her.
One of her teeth is kind of crooked.
No, she's got really nice teeth.
The whole face. Oh.
She's just a bitch. She's just a shithead. She was that person who, like growing up, she didn't play video games, but she had a Nintendo 64, and I'd be like, hey, can I borrow that 64? She's like, nope. Well, it's just in your closet, like in a box. Nope. All right, well, fuck you then. And that's just a bitch my whole life. Just not a big fan of her.
See, Woody, I disagree. I'm a big fan of Christmas. I like it.
See, Christmas is it's a great holiday, but it comes with things you have to do, right? Like,
yeah, and they're rough. I mean, shopping as you get older. For some people watching this, as you get older, you're going to have to start buying things for people instead of just getting presents from other people. And it can be difficult if because you can go the easy route and just buy gift cards for people. Say Merry Christmas or donations to the Human Fund. Here you go.
And I think PK's audience is older, that they totally buy presents.
Right.
Yeah.
But is you like, if you go about it and you try to, for me, it's the trying to get that perfect gift for everybody on the list, right? You go about like, all right, what do they like? Not what do they want, but what do they like? What do they need? And what can I get them with that's reasonable, that will perfectly encapsulate what they want. And then to see them like use it, or see them like, oh, I totally needed this, or I wanted this, and oh my goodness, on Christmas Day, that's the best part for me, even though I'm probably usually broke afterwards.
Yeah, Christmas is hard. I didn't do Christmas as far as the giving thing until like the last few years. Like, I just didn't. It wasn't a thing for me, because I guess when I stopped believing in Santa and I got to maybe 13, 14, 15, somewhere in there, like Christmas just kind of stopped. You got some stuff, but it wasn't anything like crazy. I might get like a video game and some socks and some sweaters and maybe a new coat, and that was about it. And I'm not saying that's anything.
You get to the point that you don't want to take the pictures. Just give me my shit. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't want any pictures taken. It's not like it was when you were a kid. I remember waking up as a kid and like Santa Claus must have been up early, because he assembled that model railroad train in the living room so it circled the Christmas tree and made laps around my other gifts. Like, Christmas used to be a big deal, but it's just not for me anymore. And but I do want to get a few key people gifts so they don't think I'm a dirtbag. So I'm working on that right now. I'm waiting on Amazon's Black Monday sale. That's going to be big.
And if you have any qualms with the fact that I like Christmas, even though I'm an atheist, to me, Christmas isn't anymore a religious holiday. It's more of just, I view it as just a way to just, the year's coming to an end, the calendar year, and you're spending a lot of time inside because it's really cold out, and you just, it's a good time. It's a good excuse to spend some money and let's say consolidate gift giving, we'll call it, instead of, you devote a lot more of your time to other people in your life and be like, what do you want? What do they want? What can I make work? And trying to bring joy to their faces on that day than it is about celebrating the birth of some fictional guy. So it's not, and I kind of dislike the atheists that are so like, well, I don't celebrate Christmas. It's like, why not? Why can't you just be like, you know what? Yeah, okay. It's a religious holiday to some people.
That do that?
Oh yeah, they're like, I hate Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas. There's nothing to do with it, and they
I hate how Christmas music's played on the radio the entire fucking month.
I used to like Christmas music. I used to love Christmas music, but the first year I was in Atlanta working at a car dealership, they had satellite radio for the car dealership, and the Christmas music began somewhere around November 10th, and it didn't stop until like January 10th. And I mean and they only had like, I'm guessing 15 total songs, but when you're working 9-10 hour days every fucking day, I knew those songs by heart. And if I hear one of those 15 songs to this day, I feel a little sick to my stomach, and it gets turned off quick.
Makes you feel like you're at work.
Not a little bit, though. I did enjoy that job a lot. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Christmas music at all. The only Christmas song I like is the one we joked about last week. The one that, like, a few of my favorite things or whatever. I like that one.
You don't like Alan Jackson's greatest Christmas hits?
No, I don't really care for Alan Jackson too much.
I don't know.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving? I'm having my mom and my dad over to my house, and
you're doing all the cooking.
Yeah, pretty much. Kitty and I are doing the cooking. I cook the turkey, and Kitty does the sides, and I'll get my mom to bring like deviled eggs and macaroni or something, and that'll be it. So like Kitty will cook like 4 or 5 things, and I'll cook the turkey, and Kitty will do the ham as well, because I don't eat ham. And
you don't eat ham?
I don't really like it that much. Like it depends on the kind. There's lots of different ways.
You mean
to
like
eat ham,
any
right?
pork, or like?
No, I eat tons of pork. Like a ham from the oven, like with pineapple shit on it and everything. Like, I'm not a big fan of that. But like ham cold cuts, I fucking love. But I don't really care about the ham. She's into the ham, but I deep fry a turkey every year. So like I really love that.
That's what I usually do every Thanksgiving. Is I only eat, like 95% of what I eat is just the meat.
where turkey, ham, if there's usually ribs or fried chicken.
Gravy. That like giblet gravy. I love that shit.
Yeah, there's some good gravies, and that's just usually just what, like bacon fat and whatever the fuck else in there.
No, it's
I've
all
never
the
made
innards.
gravy. I don't know.
So it's the innards from it's got eggs and onions and the innards from the turkey, like all chopped up in there. And I don't know exactly how you make it. I've never made it before, but I know that's what's in it. And it's sort of a translucent yellowy broth type thing with chunks of shit in it. And I just soak all the dressing in that. And I like making turkey sandwiches for days and days afterwards. I really enjoy Thanksgiving. I don't care about it as a holiday or even a family gathering. I'd rather do it by myself. My favorite Thanksgiving ever was at a fucking Shoney's restaurant. We were on the road and we were like, where are we gonna eat? Like, and we stopped at Shoney's and it's a buffet, of course. So like they had a Thanksgiving buffet and it was delicious. It was amazing. That's my favorite Thanksgiving ever, was Shoney's Thanksgiving. Just me and my friends.
I like the no pressure aspect of Thanksgiving too, compared to Christmas, where you don't have to worry about any kind of picking out or purchasing of gifts.
I don't buy gifts.
You just show up.
Yeah,
you don't buy gifts?
No, nobody. I don't buy gifts for people. No, I don't believe in it.
So only girlfriends. That's the only person you buy a gift for. Because that's a hard sell to any woman. Oh, I don't believe in gifts. Oh, okay. I don't believe in blowjobs, asshole.
No, I tell women that. So like when I'm dating someone, it's it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've bought a girl a birthday present because I'm always buying them shit. And I'm like, I'm not gonna get you a birthday present. I'm not gonna get you a card either. You'll be lucky if you get a happy birthday from me. But I'm gonna routinely buy you things on a regular basis. Just let me know if you want something and we'll get it. But I don't believe in these days, these special holidays when you're supposed to get a thing and I'm supposed to be out shopping and surprising you with like that pair of leggings that you wanted and some Jimmy Choo fucking boots or something that cost $1,000. Like, no, bullshit. I don't like buying gifts for people like that. Like when you're like, there's a designated day to do it. I don't believe in it.
Okay. I can tell you. I don't get into this.
I'm not into gift exchanging like that. I have like one buddy because it's cool. Like, we have like a thing, but like other than that, I don't want it. Don't get me anything.
Yeah. I don't want any gifts either. You're just going to disappoint me. Like if you want to get me a good gift, get me some nice socks.
Yes. Yeah. That is the gift that in the last probably 8 years, I've come around on the most. Cause when I was, when you're 18, 19 or whatever, getting socks is like, this sucks. But now it's like, oh, you saved me an errand. You saved me time, like that. I now don't have to go out and get new socks at some point.
Nice merino wool socks. Like give me some $30 pair of socks or something. Some dress socks, some warm winter socks or something.
Underwear and undershirts and all the shit that's like boring to buy. Yeah, I like getting.
Yeah, but I don't. What are you gonna fucking buy me at this point? Like I got everything I want. Like I've got all the electronics I could. Unless you're gonna buy me a 75-inch fucking 4K
That's
TV.
Exactly same thing. Like everything I want, like I would have got for myself, and if I didn't get it for myself, I would feel terribly guilty if I had someone get it for me.
Yeah, the only thing on my wish list right now is literally a gigantic 4K TV because I've got a gigantic TV, but it's a 1080p TV. And I've been waiting for the point. I look at them regularly on Amazon. I'm like, shit, the TV I want's $5,000. I'm not going to do that. That's stupid to spend that much money on a TV.
Yeah.
I cooked a mock Thanksgiving dinner last week.
Go on. Was it deep? Did you use the fryer outside?
I did everything. Yeah.
That's what you normally
do. The outdoors deep fryer, full fucking 15-pound turkey. I did the dressing and the mashed potatoes and I did everything. I had the giblet gravy, which is a little gross if you've ever seen how that's made. Like you literally cook liver, hearts, and necks. You dice that stuff up. I think I'm going to leave the giblets out.
My grandmother did it like that.
Yeah, I don't care for it. I don't care for that part. It's a little chewy. It's mixed in. I dice it up very finely, but still, like, no more giblets for me. But it went really well. I wanted to make sure that I was on my game for when the family came over on Thanksgiving. I did a Cajun turkey.
Food? I mean, eat it, but like, isn't it a lot of food for one? Like,
I just made sandwiches all week, and we ate a lot of turkey sandwiches. And I didn't make like a giant pot of mashed potatoes or a giant pan of dressing. Me and my friend.
Okay.
And so we had a good time.
I enjoyed the turkey a lot. I did it. I brined it in Cajun spices. I injected it with Cajun spices, and then I rubbed it with Cajun spices. So it was a spicy turkey. It was very tasty. It went real well.
Huh. Yeah,
I love that outdoor deep fryer. Like you can take a whole. I did a chicken a couple weeks ago where I just took an entire chicken and just put it in there and deep fried that.
You know, it could be an indoor deep fryer if you were feeling lucky.
Yeah, or suicidal. You know, I feel like like that time that there was one winter when Wings of Redemption, his heat was out and he drug the propane burner into his home. Into his recreational,
which is dragged, right? Like past tense of that. It's a regional thing. And I thought you were gonna go with when you said drug. I thought you were gonna be like drugged someone, and I was really interested in the story. And I'm like, all right, no, but okay, sorry. Anyways, drag this in.
He brought in a propane burner into his living room and started that bad boy up. And then he tweeted a picture of it, like, "Hey, it's cold out, but keeping warm." And everybody's like, "You're gonna die! You're gonna die! Carbon monoxide!" And he was like, "I know. You know, the windows are open," or some other excuse that you might believe. Like, no, you didn't know. I think Twitter saved your life that day, Wings.
I don't understand the risk. No, I understand the risk intellectually, right? I understand that it gives off fumes. I don't know the level of risk.
I see.
He would have died that night.
How big was the heater?
Have you ever seen one of the outdoor propane cookers? You know, it's got that burner. It's
almost like a Bunsen burner. Sure, I have some.
It's a very large Bunsen burner fueled by a propane tank, and it's creating carbon monoxide gas all night long in a recreational vehicle. No way he survives.
He was. You're calling this trailer home a recreational vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. I pictured something much smaller than his house.
He has fun in there, and if you slapped wheels on it, it could go wherever you want. That's a recreational vehicle.
You, but I got confused. So I know a guy who did have a problem. He was in a tent, and this guy was actually an expert camper. He was a Navy SEER or an Air Force SEER, search, escape,
an air rescue or something. I'm familiar with that.
Evade and rescue, maybe something like that. But if people don't know this job,
no cooking in that title.
He teaches other people, like maybe they got shot down out of their airplane, how to survive and escape and evade and get rescued. Right? That's what he teaches. And I guess he thought that he would light this burner inside a tent, and he woke up paralyzed. He was like hardly able to move. And I'm projecting on here, but I've had a similar situation where I woke up terrified, like a night terror, and I'm just not fully woke. Yeah, we talked about it, right?
No, I'm just guessing. Go on.
Anyway, I've been analyzed, so and he like could hardly work the zipper. He could barely, and he was like, he's moving over, almost like doing the worm, wiggling over to the zipper. He managed to get his hand to open it inches and put his mouth to the opening of the tent, and his body returned to him. And that's an tent. On the other hand, when I was a little kid, when we first moved to Ocean City, we had the house renovated at a level that we had to move out, and we lived in the smaller house, and we heated it with a kerosene heater. It didn't have heat. And like, is that so different? This kerosene?
What kind of kerosene heater? It depends. Like, was it like a unit that you just sat on the floor somewhere?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert, but I do know that what he was doing would have killed him that night. There's so much gas being created with that thing.
Do you know what a Mr. Buddy heater looks like?
I'm going to know in about 8 seconds.
I hope I have the name right. I think I do.
You do.
Okay. So this Mr. Buddy heater, which I'm about to share with the
fancy
people use this in van life. It's a popular choice. And it's like this big, bigger like for audio guys. Maybe it's the size of a human skull. And they use this inside a van on low. It's kind of overkill. Okay. Well, let's circle back to that. And I'm like, if this doesn't insta-kill you, I just don't, I feel like I don't have a good grip on the level of risk. right?
That's a fair question.
If we
I don't
heated
know
with a
either.
kerosene heater, which I've done, I didn't. Sleeping with it is extra risky.
Presumably, this is why you have children. Test it out. I mean, like they're gonna succumb sooner.
And you use them as parakeets, like what a canary in the coal mine. That's what I'm going for. Yeah. No, that's wrong. It's good thinking. That's why you have multiple kids.
Yeah, I'm reading up on this. Let's see. How do I open? Okay, here we go. Let's see. It's safe to use indoors, and it's completely portable. You don't need to worry about buying it. Yeah, something about the Mister. I think maybe it filters the carbon monoxide out or something. It literally is made for indoor heat. That's the difference.
So there's something that's counteracting the impact of.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder how they do that.
I'm learning.
Kind of interested, Kyle.
I feel
I
like
get a
I
question
take my
for you.
dogs out every hour, and their shits are so big every time. It's not possible.
Animals. It's almost like you could have avoided that voluntarily anytime.
Oh, I love them. I love my dogs. They're great.
Here's what makes it safe. The heater comes with a sensor that will cause the appliance to automatically shut off if the oxygen levels in the room drop too much. This makes it safe for indoor use. That's what's up.
What's that failure rate on that sensor?
Good going.
Less than the multiplier for class action lawsuit playouts.
That doesn't. You know that helps. That helps the aggregate. It doesn't help the individual one bit.